There are thousands of tools on Amazon, but hidden among them are some seriously impressive new tools that most people have never seen before. Today, we're uncovering a lineup of innovative tools designed to make everyday jobs quicker, cleaner, and more efficient. We're counting down 15 clever drill attachments you probably didn't know existed. 1. DeWalt right angle. Tight corners and low clearance spots are where most drills fail, and where this attachment earns its keep. The DeWalt right angle turns any impact driver into a compact right angle tool with a head height of just 1.5 inches, opening up access to spaces you'd normally have to work around. Its metal gear case is engineered for extended durability, built to handle the higher torque output of modern impact drivers rather than just standard drills. A rare earth magnet keeps fasteners locked in place for one-handed control. Ideal for finished carpenters and installers working in tight quarters. Priced at roughly $39. Spyder Mach Blue. Cheap drill bit sets often dull out the moment you hit real steel. That's the gap. Spyder's new Mach Blue Stinger bits are aiming to close. The standout here is that blue coating, engineered to outlast titanium and black oxide in high friction cutting. But the real workhorse detail is the 137-degree split tip design, which self-centers instantly instead of wandering off your mark. In testing, these bits chewed through 3/8-inch plate steel cleanly using an impact driver. No stalling. Great for anyone regularly drilling steel, aluminum, or layered metal on the job site. Senko DuraSpin. On a remodel, you're rarely fastening just one type of material all day, and that's the exact challenge the Senko was built around. Rather than swapping tools or bits, this auto-feed screwdriver handles subfloor, cement board, drywall, and light steel fastening with one collated strip system, feeding 50 screws at a time without manual loading. Its built-in clutch signals completion with a distinct ratcheting sound, so there's no guessing whether a screw seated properly. The adjustable, reversible belt clip also adapts to different body types and tool setups, especially useful for remodeling crews covering varied substrates in a single day. Spyder Rapid Core Eject Hole Saw. Enlarging an existing hole with a standard hole saw is basically impossible. There's nothing to center the blade on, so it just wanders. Spyder solved that with a clever two-arbor approach. Pop in a second Rapid Core Eject arbor, and the hole saw itself uses the existing opening as a guide, letting you widen it accurately without extra wood backing or center punching. Removing the cutout core is just as simple. A single button push releases it instead of prying with tools. This setup benefits remodelers correcting oversized wiring or plumbing holes. Magnetic DeWalt screwdriver bits. Precision matters more than people think when it comes to screwdriver bits. A slightly loose fit in the screw head is usually what causes stripping, not the driver's power. DeWalt addressed this with machine-cut tips on their Max Fit bits, engineered to match screw recesses more precisely for a tighter, more secure connection. That accuracy pairs with the 10X magnetic lock system, where floating ring magnets in both the holder and sleeve hold any Max Fit bit firmly in place. Particularly helpful for production framers and deck builders driving hundreds of screws a day. Orbicut. If you've ever tried hollowing a cup or bowl with a bent gouge, you know how much practice it takes just to control the angle without gouging the wrong spot. The Orbicut removes that learning curve almost entirely by mounting onto a standard drill, letting the tool's speed do the work instead of hand tool finesse. Its steel cutting blades produce actual wood shavings rather than dust, giving cleaner results with less sanding afterward. Makita Impact Gold Bit Holder. Snap a standard screwdriver bit in your impact driver enough times and you'll understand exactly why Makita built this set. The Impact Gold bits use a machined recess section right at the connection point, both on the bit shank and inside the magnetic holder, engineered to absorb some of that violent rotational shock instead of transferring it straight into a brittle tip. Makita rates this design for roughly 15 times longer life than standard bits. UJK Drill Guide. Trying to drill straight into a dowel or round stock often ends the same way. The bit skates off before it even bites. The UJK Drill Guide fixes that with V-shaped cradles built directly into its base, holding cylindrical pieces steady so the bit stays exactly where you want it. Add in self-centering pins and a rubber high-friction pad underneath, and hole placement becomes far more predictable. 2-depth stops handle boring and countersinking with equal accuracy, especially useful paired with a self-centering vise when working on smaller pieces like pen blanks. DeWalt Pivoting Bit Holder. Ever try driving a screw into a spot where your driver just won't fit at a straight angle? That's the exact problem DeWalt's Pivoting Bit Holder is built to solve. Instead of a fixed anvil, this holder has a floating collar you can flip up, letting you drive fasteners at up to 20 degrees off-center when clearance is tight. It's rated impact resistant, uses a standard 1/4-inch hex fit, and comes with a magnetically retained posy bit that held tight through repeated testing in both a driver and a ratchet handle. Great for electricians and installers working in cramped, awkward spaces. Priced around $8. RooTool Desktop Tapping Arm. If your workshop projects involve 3D printer frames, sim rigs, CNC structures, or custom aluminum enclosures, tapping straight into extrusion can be surprisingly tricky. RooTool approaches the problem with a guided arm that keeps the tap perpendicular while you operate it with a regular hand drill. The alloy steel construction, 3-jaw chuck, and support for mid-2 to mitten taps make it versatile for common workshop sizes. You can clamp it to a bench for temporary jobs or bolt it down for repeat work. Adjustable Hole Cutter Kit. There's a big difference between simply making a hole and making one that's clean, controlled, and ready for installation. This adjustable hole cutter is designed for exactly that kind of work, particularly when fitting recessed lights into ceilings. Its transparent cowl helps keep dust and debris contained, while the compression spring works to minimize unwanted movement during cutting. The system is compatible with several common building materials, including plasterboard, plywood, wood, fiberboard, and acrylic. That makes it useful for electricians, contractors, and serious DIYers who regularly switch between installation jobs. And since the cutter is adjustable, one setup can cover more than a single hole size. Red Dog Socket. Not every fastener is perfectly shaped, and that's where conventional sockets can become inconvenient. Red Dog uses a field of spring-loaded steel rods that conform to the outside profile of the hardware, instead of relying on one fixed socket size. The 2-inch alloy steel body works with many standard and metric fasteners, while the included 3/8-inch drill adapter lets you power it with a compatible drill. This makes it useful for quick repairs, furniture assembly, automotive tasks, and odd-shaped hardware. Listed around $20, it's less about replacing every socket and more about having one adaptable option when the right size isn't nearby. Bosch rotary hammer drill? This drill doesn't just punch holes, it attacks concrete. Meet the Bosch GBH 18V26DN, small, but it hits like a beast. It slams with 1.9 foot-pounds of force. Walls don't stand a chance. Pull the trigger, the bit spins, then hammers non-stop, crushing through like it's nothing, and when it binds, it fights back, stopping kickback instantly. One job. And suddenly, regular drills feel useless. Yes Welder 135 amp MIG welder. Think welding is complicated? The Yes Welder 135 amp MIG welder turns sparks into precision like magic. 3 welding modes in one compact beast. It melts steel up to 135 amps. Fast, clean, powerful. Set the wire, pull the trigger, and it auto-adjusts for you. No gas, no hassle. It feels like cheating until you see the results. What would you build first? Bosch BH 276 brute concreetbreker. This isn't a tool, it's controlled destruction. The Bosch BH 2760VC doesn't tap concrete, it obliterates it. It delivers 1,000 blasts per minute. Each hit feels like a mini explosion. Plug it in, hold tight, and it hammers non-stop, breaking solid slabs like cracking ice. But here's the twist. The vibration stays under control, so you don't lose grip. Concrete looks unstoppable until this shows up. Max XT Mixer Concrete or Mortar Mixer. Ever tried mixing concrete by hand? It fights back. The Max XT Mixer, 12 amp, turns that chaos into smooth power. This thing spins like a storm, up to 800 rotations per minute, blending thick mortar like liquid. Hit the trigger, it starts slow, no splashes, no mess. Then it ramps up and takes over. Feels too easy until you realize you'll never go back. Is this tool worth the investment? Upgraded 220 watt plastic welder. Cracked plastic? Most people toss it. Big mistake. The 220 watt plastic welder brings it back in seconds. It heats up fast, melts, and seals the crack like it never existed. Just press, fuse, done, even stronger than before. It feels like cheating until your broken parts look brand new again. Bet you've never seen this before. Cordless circular saw. You think cordless means weak? Think again. The Milwaukee M18 circular saw hits 3,500 rotations per minute and tears through wood like it's paper. No cords, no limits, just grip it, pull the trigger, and watch clean. Straight cuts appear instantly, light in your hand, brutal on material, one cut. And suddenly every tool you own feels outdated. Okay, this is a really great idea. Cordless tiller cultivator compatible. This tiny machine turns hard dirt into soft soil in seconds. No cords, no gas, just power. The Meteolhig cordless tiller spins at 360 rotations per minute, chewing through soil like it's nothing. Press, and it digs deep, breaking tough ground into perfect planting beds. But here's the twist. It only runs when you're fully in control. Safe, but it's easy. Once you try it, manual digging feels ancient.